Hello, this is my Invincibles summary and thoughts video. Not a review because I'm not about to critique the show. I really do like the show and I'm not the most hardcore fan, but I know a lot about what happened in the comics through mostly spoilers like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, especially after season one, it was everywhere. But I pretty much know everything about the show through spoilers. But anyway, I'm gonna go through the episode one and two and three after watching them. I have not watched episode two and three at this point. I do know part of it, but once again, spoilers are everywhere and it's hard to avoid them. But I'm gonna go through this episode and talk about the highlights of this episode, starting with Mark. And he's depressed once again. And it kind of makes sense. He keeps getting beat up. He keeps not losing fights, but keep getting beat up. Even this episode, he kept getting beat up. Like, bro, he's not consistent, and he lost Rex. Well, okay, that Rex is my favorite character, but the death of Rex is hitting everyone, especially me. But jokes aside, he's really going through it. Oliver is going through it. His mother is actually doing really well. Actually, she's pretty good. Even after everything that happened with the Invincible War, uh, his mother, I can't think of her name right now, is doing quite good for herself, and I will talk about her later. And it's happy to see that she's doing well. While Mark is changing, like obviously he got the new black and blue suit, and this season of Mark is going to be more of a violent season for him. He's going to be more determined to protect people at any cost, and this episode proved it. And honestly, I can't wait to see his character unfold this season. Now, another highlight of the episode is Rudy trying to get leadership. Like I said, I know what happened in the comics through spoilers, and honestly, this episode perfectly highlights his thoughts in the future because he was right about a lot of things this episode, and it only proved that if he was in charge, he'll get results. And that also connects with I can't remember his name. I think it's Dinosaurus, but I could be wrong. I'm kind of ad-libbing right now. But him and Dinosaurus are pretty accurate in their thoughts and how to save humanity. By I'm not gonna spoil it, by pretty much doing anything at any cost, which Mark is doing this season to protect people. And this episode only going to show that Rudy will be well, Rudy, like I said, I don't want to spoil too much, but Rudy will take have a big role in the future. And this scene with Caesar and I can't remember the other one name on top of my head right now is going to be important because he was right throughout the episode. If it wasn't for him, if he was in charge, they may possibly have saved everyone, which is crazy because they almost did save everyone in this episode, but someone did die. And it's not on Mark or Rudy or not even Shizu, but the situation. And honestly, I'll talk more about the situation later. But as of now, Rudy is going to be an interesting character in the future as of season four. Now, to talk about Dinosaurus, and yes, that is his name. I did a quick Google search, and yes, that is his name, his dinosaur form. So if I'm still wrong, blame Google. But anyway, to talk about him, he's going to play a not a big role. Okay, he's going to do something crazy in the future. But as of now, he is there to basically challenge Mark's perspective and challenge Mark's point of view because Mark is going through a lot this season and it haven't even started yet. Like Mark, if you think Mark had it hard, he's going to go through it in every season. At least once every season, it's going to have a Mark moment that goes, oh my God. But as of now, it haven't hit yet. Like this is hitting hard for Mark. Mark in a moment have to start making decisions and hard choices. But his connection with dinosaurs will be a big one. And I won't go into it, but instead I'll talk about the design and his design is not that good. Dinosaur's design is not that good. I wish he just gave him more details, but it's fine for the show, but just slightly better details. And they could do it. I know they could do it, but he doesn't look as cool. But the fight was good. It was short and sweet, and it showed Mark's thoughts on what he might do in the upcoming seasons. Make it hard decisions to save everyone, no matter what. Oh my god, this whole section is just gonna be about Eve parents because oh my god, they changed the exact dialogue from this in the comments. I had to go read the comments just for this moment, and oh my god, they changed so much. Mostly with the conversation with the dad. At the dinner table, it's more awkward. Like the mom was aloof, and the dads were like, "Come on, like sweetie, don't talk about that." He clearly knows his dad was a mass murderer. But in the show, the dinner table was so much worse because the dad just really did not hold back. Like he made it seem like Mark problem, and oh my, Mark is better than me. You know, I would not have stayed at that table. But anyway, the scene they really changed was when they went outside to talk man to man, and it was just so wrong with each side that in the comments. Like it was left, it was oh my god, it was crazy wrong. It wasn't inaccurate, but it was crazy wrong. And the best part about the episode that it actually made Eve's dad look good, objectively speaking, like from a dad perspective. Because otherwise, he's still kind of sucky in a lot of areas. Even though you know, I know hot take. Even though I do not like him, he does speak some facts in certain scenarios. I don't like everything he say, but he does make some good points every now and then. And to talk about the mother, that discussion was crazy. I don't remember that discussion in the comics with her, well, at all, if I'm being honest. And that discussion with she had with Eve was even wrong. But the fact that she said that, like, oh, you're just in a honeymoon phase of your relationship is crazy. And like the mother is even not even wrong, but damn. Anyway, that whole scene at the dinner table, Mark and Eve and her parents was a good one. Regardless, it was a good one, and I really liked it. This section is just for Paul, and he's just the MVP, like MVP of the show at this point because he is great to Debbie, great to Mark, great to Oliver. This section is just for Paul because you know the upcoming issues and what could happen. I don't know if they're going to change it. They probably will change it because there's no way they took this great character, good person, and going to switch it in the upcoming issues, upcoming episodes. There's no way they could do that. Like Debbie, oh my god, Debbie was crazy if she did that in the show. But anyway, this is just a quick Paul section. He's a great guy, and I'm just happy that he's making Debbie happy. But Debbie been going through it. Like Debbie went through it all seasons, and it's good that she's finally in a good place. And the fact that he's a good guy, he's trustworthy. He's not Spider-Man Paul. He's Invincible Paul, and Invincible Paul is a good guy. Respect to him, and I hope he gets a happy ending by the show is over. If you know, you know. Now to talk about Oliver, he's a great character. I gotta respect him. Whether he's right or wrong, he makes his own decisions and stick with them. He's a great man. Well, not man yet, since he's growing up fast. He will be a great man sooner or later. But I respect him and I respect his decision and I respect the fact he want to keep the O on his chest. It's nice to see that it's his symbol now. Not his father, not Omni Man his, and Debbie respects that, and he proved it by finding conquest last season. Granted, he got destroyed, but hey, he backed up Mark. He was a good little brother, and he stood on business. I gotta respect Oliver for that. He was great this episode. He was funny this episode, and he just proved that if you know his character, he's gonna start making decisions whether right or wrong. He's gonna be he was a great addition to the show and to the comics, and I can't wait for more of him in this season. Yeah, if I know what happened to Eve, and not to spoil it, for any episodes for people of episode 1 who haven't watched it, episode 2 or 3 yet, since I got spoiled about everything through TikTok, it's you know the usual stuff. I know what happened with Eve, and it's gonna be a crazy ride. But now she's gonna be silent for a bit. I don't know how the show's gonna handle it, but honestly, I hope they handle it with care. The comics did a fine job, but that was like the early 2000s, so it didn't do the best job. But as of right now, I hope I know I have faith in the show because out of 5, they could do 4 or 5 good things right. They did great things, changed things in the show that made it better, made changes in the show that made it worse. But hey, they gambled on it and they tried. And I respect that. So I hope they handle this situation with Eve because honestly, it's a interesting plot point for her to have in this season. This may be the longest section of the video because honestly, I have a lot to say about the squid fight. Because this just proved that Caesar, even though is morally right, did the wrong decision last season. Because they could have saved everyone during the squid fight if Mark was there. Now, if Caesar and Mark were still working together, Mark would have flown over, knocked out the Green Lady, or had a team to help him out. Then they could have flown over or teleported, most likely teleported to the squid fight. And then now they would have the new Guardians and Mark to save everyone, building quicker and over with. So, and the fact that Rudy was right, like if Rudy was the leader, they would have got everyone. Like this is so much better in the comics. Since this moment already happened, another spoiler, in the comics, it kind of just happened. Mark was sick of fighting and wanted the fighting to be over with. And honestly, it wasn't bad after everything Mark went through. It kind of makes sense. Just chop off the head, end the fight, and the fight will be over. Easy decision, even though it's kind of morally wrong. But the fact that this time it's like season one Mark wouldn't have done this. Season two Mark would have done this either. Season two Mark had to be backed in the corner to kill Langsam at Langsam, and then in season two to kill his bum ass. The immortal they killed the immortal. He basically had to be pushed in the corner to do that too. Season two Mark was gonna be killing anybody, and that's crazy that season two Mark he just I'm sorry and punch him. But he seriously is sorry for doing it. And if he rightfully so, the barrier only had 1%. If they got out, everyone would have got infected again. It would have been worse. Like the planet would have been taken over. I mean, I doubt Mark, Adam, Eve. Well, not Adam, Eve right now. Mark, Adam, Eve, Oliver, Bulletproof, Robot, Monster Girl. Like some of those heroes could have been able to survive the Squid World if the Squid succeeded. I think they would have been able to survive that and or get off the planet. But my point still stands that Mark made the right decision. That's not on him. That's not on him. Like Caesar is morally in the right between the two. I was more on Caesar's side, but the way he handled it was so wrong, and this just proves it. If Caesar and Mark were still working together, Mark would have got there and saved everyone. His strength would have prevented anything bad happen. Or Rex would have been there. Like Rex 3v1, he would have soloed this whole Squid situation by himself. He's the MVP. I miss him already. But anyway, this Squid fight was a good fight. It's good. It's better than the comics. In the comics, I think it was smaller, like it was just punching still, while this one more strategic. And it had higher stakes. Like, oh my God, 1%. We have 1% left. Mark. Oh my God, and Mark had to make a hard decision, and he did it. Mark did it. I, I'm speaking fast because Mark made the hard decision and arguably the right choice. It is not his fault that he was in that situation. I don't blame him one bit. But still, I have to admit that Mark have to be careful because even though I do agree with him, he have to be careful because some people might take this and run with it. And if you know, you know that some people will. Hence, two certain characters in this episode will take this lesson and probably run with it in the future. Now, to talk about the ending scene of Shizu and Conquest, and I get it, Shizu. You have to protect the planet. You want to make sure everybody is safe. I get it. Still the dumbest decision you ever made and ever will. Thank God it was so dumb. Like, bro, you should have just left him there. You should have turned him into one of the robots, like Meta Men, like whatever. Like one of the robots. That would have so broken. That would have been a great secret weapon to have. But no, instead, let's just heal him up. The fact they did heal him up is crazy, number one. And the fact that they didn't try to cut his head open and let's leave him as a head is also crazy. Bro healed the body and everything. And the conquest are like, oh, he should have killed me. No, Mark did kill you. It was Caesar who was too stupid to leave you dead. And this is a massive L for Caesar. And this season, I'm not gonna blame Donald for this or anybody involved. That guy Conquest is alive and out, and ooh, it is dangerous. It is nice to see. Well, no, not nice to see since I don't want people to be killed, but he should have died. Now all those people died for nothing, literally nothing. And I can't wait to get to episode two. As of now, I only watched episode one, and I'm gonna watch episode two later on in the day. But man, this is so good, and I'm excited how they're gonna adapt the comics in the show for many reasons. Please like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.